Well, hello and welcome to Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Get Good Edition. I'm your host, Yeoman Hero, and we're back to finish off all these nonsense-filled stuff. Market, the warehouse, and the pearl. Love letter. Oh no, we're deliver stack to 15 toxic and extract examples to the well-connected part. Toxin extract. Love letters, I don't know if I'm going to get that or not. Warehouse and pearl.
Yes. I won't take the blame for this one. This was bad from the start. Thanks. I ain't sticking around to see how this turns out.
I'm gonna wait until this guy's out of here completely for immersion's sake. There we go. Now then, open crazy random door. Open other crazy random door. And we find the hidden Duncan shield. And this, I believe, is supposed to be like the hidden stash of the Grey Warden's area. And we got some stuff out of it. Don't know why there's a map of the Anderfels in there, but there is. Characters. Valendrian. He was taken across the sea by the Venter slavers. His whereabouts are now unknown. And I don't believe he ever shows back up in any of the other games. Though I could be wrong.
Dwarven craft.
Yeah. That's great. That's great.
As there is but one world, one life, one As there is but one world, one life, one
There was a riot on the highway last night.
Leave this.
Welcome to the Pearl. But so what would you like me to show you?
Never mind. Okay, so there's supposed to be dude in here.
Make a Chantry Templars, whoever, save me! I didn't mean to kill him! Can you make this go away? I could have handled it. Thanks. I think I need to go hide somewhere.
Thus we leave the area. Go back to here.
As there is but one world, one light, one death.
Going.
Dumb. No.
Magic exists to serve man and never.
Okay, so what else do I need?
Be careful with that package,
The Wonders of Thetis shop. This is a shop that never ends. I just found more stupid stuff. Geography of Thetis. Because I want to read about the geography of Thetis, which is bounded to the east by the Amaranthine Ocean, to the west by the Tirashan Forest and the Hunterhorn Mountains, to the south by the snowy weights that lie beyond the Orkney Mountains, and to the north by Donark Forest. The word Thetis is Tevinter in origin, originally used to refer to lands that bordered the Imperium. As the Imperium lost its stranglehold on conquered nations, warmer lands became Thetis, until finally people applied the name to the entire continent. The northern part of Thetis is divided amongst the Anderfels, the Tevinter Imperium, Antiva, and Ravane, with the islands held by the Qunari just off the coast. Central Thetis consists of the free marshes Navarra and Orlais, with Ferelden to the south. What lies beyond the snowy wastes is a mystery. The freezing temperatures and barren land have kept even the most intrepid cartographers at bay. Similarly, the western reaches of the Anderfels have never been fully explored, even by the Anders themselves. We do not know if the dry steeps are shadowed by mountains, or if they extend all the way to a nameless sea. There must be other lands, continents, or islands, perhaps across the Amaranthine or north of Parvolan. For the Qunari arrived in Thetis from somewhere, but beyond that deduction we know nothing. From In Pursuit of Knowledge, The Travels of a Chantry Scholar by Brother Genitivi. Go away. The proprietor. Oh yeah, the proprietor of the store. Quite.
Ooh, glass slippers.
No, keep your... No, just no. Anar, okay. No. No. When the Imperium occupied the area that is present-day Ferelden, they had two sites dedicated to magical experimentation at the extreme ends of the Imperial Highway. The southern one was the fortress of Ostergar, which looked out over the Kari Wilds. The northern one was Anar, although the exact location is now a secret known only to a handful of Templars. Whatever it was the Tevinter were trying to discover at Anar, their work was never completed. The fortress was overrun by disciples of Andraste upon hearing the news of her death. According to legend, it was a massacre. Eerily silent, for the invaders caught the mages while all but one of them were in the Fade. The site was left structurally sound but spiritually damaged. Possibly because of this, the Chantry chose to put it to use as a prison. Accused Maleficarum and apostates are held in the confines of Anar. Those who have a powerful connection to the Fade, and particularly to demons, will inevitably attract something across the veil, making the guilty somewhat easier to tell from the innocent. From Of Fire, Circles, and Templars, A History of Magic in the Chantry by Sister Patrine, Chantry Scholar. Well, that's messed up. Qunari! Anyone who travels far enough to the north will eventually encounter the Qunari, white-haired, bronze-skinned giants, a head taller than a man, with frighteningly calm demeanors and a sort of sparkling fire behind their eyes. For quite a long time, people believed that all Qunari were male, or that their men and women were simply indistinguishable. It was not until the Blessed Age that diplomats from Ravane were allowed, however briefly, to visit Parvalin, and there they discovered that Qunari females do exist in abundance, and are quite easily recognized. The Ravane say that Qunari have a certain kindness to them, or at least a conspicuous lack of cruelty, although I did not observe the creatures closely enough to evaluate their character. Brother Jenny TV's stuff. History of the Chantry, Chapter 4. The crowds present at the death of Andraste were right to feel despair. It is believed that the prophet's execution angered the Maker, and he turned his back on humanity once more, leaving the people of Thedas to suffer in the dark. In these dark times, mankind scrambled for a light, any light. Some found comfort in demonic cults that promised power and riches in return for worship. Others prayed to the old gods for forgiveness, begging the great dragons to return to the world. Still others felt so low as to worship the darkspawn, forming vile cults dedicated to the exaltation of evil in its purest form. It is said that the world wept as people begged for a savior who would not come. Andraste's followers, however, did not abandon her teachings when she died. The cult of Andraste rescued her sacred ashes from the courtyard in Manrathos after her execution, stealing them away to his secret temple. The location of the temple has long been lost, but the ashes of Andraste served as a symbol of the enduring nature of the faith in the Maker, that humanity could earn the Maker's forgiveness despite its grievous insult to him. With time, the cult of Andraste spread and grew, and the chant of light took form. Sing this chant in the four corners of Thedas, it was said, and the world would gain the Maker's attention at last. As the chant of light spread, the cult of Andraste became known as the Andrastian Chantry. Those who converted the Chantry's beliefs found in their mission to spread Andraste's word. There were many converts, including powerful people in the Imperium and in the city-states of what is now Orlais. Such was the power of the Maker's word that the young King Drakon undertook a series of exalted marches meant to unite the city-states and create an empire solely dedicated to the Maker's will. The Elysian Empire became the seat of the Chantry's power, the Grand Cathedral in Valroyo, the source of the movement that birthed the organized Chantry as we know it today. Drakon, by then Emperor Drakon I, created the Circle of Magi, the Order of Templars, and the Holy Office of the Divine. Many within the Chantry revere him nearly as equal with Andraste herself. The modern Chantry is a thing of faith and beauty, but it is also a house of necessity, protecting Thedas from powerful forces that would do it harm. Where the Grey Wardens protect the world from the Blights, the Chantry protects mankind from itself. Most of all, the Chantry works to earn the Maker's forgiveness, so that one day he will return and transform the world into the paradise it was always meant to be. From Tales of the Destruction of Thedas by Brother Genetivi, Chantry Scholar. Got one more book. It's probably chapter 3 of that nonsense that I just read. Or it's about Denerim. Whatever. When anyone in Ferelden speaks of going to the city, they inevitably mean Denerim. There is no other place in the kingdom which rivals it. Not in size, population, wealth, or importance. It is the seat of the Theron family, the capital of Ferelden, the largest seaport, and by ancient tradition the meeting place of the Landsmeet. As well, Denerim was the birthplace of Andraste, one of them anyway, as several other sites claim to have been the prophet's early home, including Jader and Orlais. The Chantry takes no stance on which sites claim is valid, but it is well known that Andraste was Ferelden by birth. When visiting the pilgrimage, a site in Denerim, it is inadvisable to mention Jader at all. The city rests at the foot of the Dragon's Peak, a solitary mountain guarded by ancient lava flows. During Andraste's lifetime, it repeatedly filled the sky with a great column of black ash and sent burning rock raining down as far away as the Free Marches, but is now considered extinct. Some believe it merely sleeps and will again darken the sky with ash and fire when the last Ferelden king dies, but this is highly unlikely. I thought I had the timer going. I apparently did not have the timer going. There we go. We'll go with 45 minutes on the timer.
Welcome to the wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by the Circle, as well as a variety of antiquities. Is there anything you would like to see?
Browse the wares. Okay, okay, so that's not gonna give me. Okay, so that did not have what I thought it would, or hoped it would anyway. I need 2 more of those. Okay, so what I'm going to do...
Going.
I'm gonna go talk to what's his face in camp. I have a feeling this is going to be tricky.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm...
Gotta be kidding me. I need toxin extract. Where do I need to go to get toxin extract?
Do you remember our discussion?
Yes, of course.
I just wanted to tell you that I thought about what you told me, and you were right. Despite what Marjolaine says, I am not like her. I know that now. I've found peace in knowing the Maker, and nothing will change that. I followed you to make the world a better place, and as long as I keep that in mind, I will not fall. Sometimes, it takes another to show us the truths we hide from ourselves.
It was my pleasure.
I'm glad I left Lothering in your company. You have proven a true friend, and I thank the Maker for you.
Have you heard much about the Grey Wardens of old?
Only what I've heard in the old tales.
It was said that watching the Wardens ride in on their white griffins was enough to rouse a weary heart and put the dance back in the step of an old man. The Grey Wardens were powerful, feared and respected, but they also inspired the common people. I remember a tale that was told to me many years ago.
Go on.
The Blight had ravaged the land for months, and the armies of the great kings had amassed for one last stand. As the sun burst through the clouds that boiled and churned in the dark sky above, it illuminated a vast, seething horde of darkspawn, with the archdemon at its head. And it was then, when courage seemed to fail, and all lost to death and despair, that the Grey Wardens came. They arrived with the beating of wings like mighty war drums, and stood before the armies of men.
What happened then?
The Grey Wardens, grim and fearless, marched forth, ever between the men and the encroaching darkspawn. They formed a shield of their own bodies and held that line until the archdemon was dead, and the last darkspawn lay trampled in the dirt. And then, demanding neither reward nor recognition for their sacrifice, the Grey Wardens departed. When the clouds finally rolled back, and the sun shone full upon the blighted ground, the great kings knew that they had lost no men, and none of their blood had been spilled.
I like happy endings.
This is a tale about no battle the Grey Wardens have fought, and yet about them all. They have always defended us from the Darkspawn, taking losses so we do not have to. People may have forgotten over the centuries, but nothing has changed. This knowledge has been blessing and burden to Grey Wardens past, and now it shall be your blessing and your burden.
So I'm guessing someone told Honora I was planning to steal her throne. She has a nasty glare. Did anyone mention this wasn't my idea? I think she's a great queen. As far as I'm concerned, she's welcome to it.
Good. I've agreed to support her in the
You
landscape.
have? I'm relieved, actually. The Landsmeet may not listen to you, and Al Eamon would go right back into a coma if you told him. But me? I'm relieved. I guess all we need to do is stop her father from taking the throne first, right?
That should be the easy part.
You have to convince everyone there are monsters that need fighting. Who would have thought?
Oh, I think Alistair is at full... Well, Liliana certainly is. Alistair isn't. I'm surprised he didn't get any, like... I pet the pooch.
It speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
So you're female. I had no idea.
I did not think it needed to be said. It has never told me what gender it is, has it?
I am male.
Good for it. I am sure that to other creatures as soft and weak as itself, that would be perfectly obvious. The truth is that whatever gender I was is irrelevant now. I am a golem. I have no gender. It will not become an issue.
No, not at all.
Good. Let us leave it at that. Now, let us crush something soft and watch it fountain blood. That is a girlish thing to want to do, yes?
Morgan, let's say hello to the lady
I await your command.
that
So,
confuses me right now.
Possibly, if I had the desire to. I do not.
As you wish. Sorry,
You
Steph.
called.
I want to discuss
Speak,
something
then.
you mentioned.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a
I am
question.
hardly surprised. To put it lightly,
You find
no one
Veralden
has a
very
place
strange.
here. Your farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like about
There is
Veralden?
interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
I'll keep that in
Shall we
mind.
move on?
Let's go.
As you wish.
Sten approves plus 11. We had a discussion about cookies.
Ass chaps.
Ogren is drunk. Yeah, I'm not gonna force him to use that. What I am going to do, however, is go and try to find some,
Indeed.
Yes.
Horseflies. Yes.
Soldier's Peak. Maybe they have some stuff I can use. Where are you going, group?
Welcome back. As you can see, we've been busy. Cleaned the place up a bit. Also got some goods stored here that might interest you. Buy them now before my cousins move it.
I'd like to see
Certainly.
your wares. Do 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 do.